and I came up and pushed him. And then he started aiming for me. I don't know what aiming for means.
He grabbed your shirt. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm like, pushed him again. He grabbed his legs and he did that, and I fell on the ground. Then that's when I aimed, right there.
So you hit him in his gut.
Yeah, and then
if he's constantly being bullied, then he's constantly going to do something about it. And it's like, what are y'all going to do about him being bullied, so to speak, or picked on?
This is anti-bully week, as a matter of fact. Hello. Did you call?
I did.
Okay. What's going on today?
Come on, sir. Zyla, go finish on what you was doing. Yesterday, there was a situation between him and a little boy at school. The school did not call me, notify me of anything. My son came home, and he's the one who notified me. The little boy smacked him across his face.
Okay.
And we don't appreciate it. Again, today, basically same issue, but now he's the one that's in trouble. And like I informed the school, I am calling the police. I am making a report because this is now 2 days in a row where this child is assaulting my son.
Okay.
So I would like to make a report. I don't know the boy's last name. The school won't give it to me.
Okay. You said he's in trouble now? What does that mean?
Essentially, because yesterday he didn't do much. He threw a chair back at the little boy. They talked to both of them. The little boy proceeded to still bother him after this talk.
Okay.
As they said, this little mediation. Fuck, I'm up there. My apologies.
No, don't worry about that.
After this mediation that they supposedly had, the little boy still proceeded to bother him.
Okay.
So in the school's eyes, the situation was dealt with because they had a mediation. It wasn't, because after the mediation, he still proceeded to bother him. Then today, the little boy, Ivory walked towards him, the little boy pushed him. He pushed him back, the little boy attacked him, so he defended himself.
Okay.
He's now suspended. And I don't feel like that's right. I've already spoke to the school, I've already spoke to the district, but I also let them know that I was filing a report because this is now 2 days in a row. And you guys aren't doing anything about it besides suspending him when he's not the aggressor.
Okay.
But I did let them know that I wanted to file a police report. I asked for the little boy's last name. We can't give it, so I have his first name, and they said to send whoever to the school to.
You know they have a school resource officer, right?
I do, and when I asked if I can deal with that situation through them, they said because he's suspended, I had to get off the property.
What?
So because they didn't want to handle it in that way, this is the only other way I know how to handle it.
I was the school resource officer for Firestone.
Okay.
I handled everything inside of Firestone because I had access to cameras. I had access to his name, the other boy's name, the mother's name, everybody's phone numbers. I had access to all of that. Because obviously something happened.
This is I Promise, mind you.
Right. Okay. So I Promise doesn't employ APD; they employ Summit County. Mm-hmm. So again,
and I think that's where my problem is coming in, because when I asked them, like, well, is there somebody that I can speak to here? Well, we've already dealt with it with the counselor. Is there someone here that I can speak to about it?
She then
told me that, well, the deputy, he's security. That's according to him, that's all he do is security in the front, and that's just what he told me when I was walking out. He just does the security in the front. I had to deal with any other manners with the office. The office wouldn't give me any other person's information. So at that point, I said, okay, I'll just call. As I was leaving, I called you guys because they wanted him off the property.
Were you screaming or something?
No. Nope, not at all. I spoke to the principal. The assistant principal was the one who called me. He had no information or no anything about what happened yesterday. He just know about today, which is like, that doesn't make sense to me, because if you're an assistant principal, you should know these things. However, when I came in today, I spoke to the principal, not the assistant, and she then was like, well, because she, in their eyes, they felt like he was the aggressor because he walked towards the boy.
Okay.
At the end of the day, if they're going to the same place and the boy is standing, if me and you are both going to this trash can and you're standing right here, I have to walk towards you.
Right.
They're both going out the door. So, of course he's going to walk towards him. But a little boy pushed him. So, it's like, at this point, you guys aren't doing enough for me. Y'all not trying to help me within the school. So, I have to go outside the school to get something done.
I would go to...
And I did call the district and the Board of Education. I have a meeting with them on Tuesday. They also informed me that if I felt that the situation wasn't being handled properly, to go ahead and make the report. So that's what I'm trying to do, is just make the report, because like I said, it's just, I need a paper trail at this point. Because this is now day 2 where they're not doing anything about the little boy, and they're putting it off on him when he's just defending himself.
You know what I don't like is when, and I apologize, I know it feels like I'm trying to pawn this off. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's like they have access, because everything that happened at Firestone, anytime somebody got a call like this, I'd be like, call my phone. And even if I'm off work, because I get off work, and then when I did that, it was 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So I would have any officer who responded give me the incident number. I'll do the report. I'll contact you. I'll do everything because I had more access.
Right.
So if I took my job serious, everybody else has to.
From what I'm experiencing with I Promise, it just kind of seems like, because this is the 2nd year there now, it just kind of seems like they want to deal with stuff with the counselor and internally, and that's it, and nothing else. And like I informed the principal, like I informed the Board of Education, this is year 2 that he's been here, and he doesn't feel safe. Like, when the principal asked him who he feels safe with at the school, he said no one. He doesn't feel like y'all are protecting him. So if he doesn't feel like y'all are protecting him, of course he's going to defend himself. But y'all giving him repercussions for defending himself, but y'all not giving the other child any type of repercussions for initiating anything or being the bully. And so, like I informed the principal, I'm like, is there somebody I can talk to? Well, we've already dealt with the counselor. The only other person will be me and the assistant principal. Okay, well, the assistant principal don't know nothing about yesterday.
Right.
You only know the small little bits that you heard, and I'm hearing the same exact story. So I'm like, at this point, I just gotta go outside of y'all, and that's where I said, I don't feel like you're pawning me off, but I'm just like, they're not trying to do anything.
No, so
I had more done when he was at Krause for kindergarten and first grade than I've with I Promise.
I Promise is a different animal. It's a public school, but they're still at public school, but they're also private. I'm gonna make a phone call real quick. So Officer Good, who handles all the schools, and he's an Akron officer, but he works for the Board of Education.
Okay.
So, hey, sir, real quick. I'm over here on White. Apparently, there was how old is your son?
Ivory. 10.
10. He got 10 years old. He got assaulted at I Promise 2 days in a row. And she said the school wasn't able to, or didn't want to do anything. Wouldn't let her know the boy's name, obviously. What? Okay. You know, every time I've noticed, you ask any juvenile what their birthday is, they give you
the month and the day,
and that's it. And they're like, "Well, I don't know nothing." Like that's normal. That's normal. That's something normal. I'm talking to 17 and 16-year-olds, and they're still the same way. I'm like, "What year are you born?"
Yeah, I'm working with him slowly but surely. For the longest, he just used to say 9:30. He didn't even know that 9 was September or the 3rd. Yeah, it used to be just 9:30.
And so this happened yesterday and today?
Yes, yesterday the boy was the aggressor. He initiated everything, picked on him after the counseling situation. And then today, I, in my own opinion, outside of the school, feel like he was the aggressor again. Because if my son is just walking over to you, what's the need to push him? Yeah. Especially when y'all are going the same direction. You're supposed to be facing forward, not even this way.
Right.
So it's like, but they're looking at my son as the aggressor because after the little boy pushed him, and I hate to say it this way, Cardi did just say that you took it to the streets, he took it to hell. And unfortunately, that's what happened. And now he's looked at as the aggressor because he didn't took it overboard. And it's like, well, if he's constantly being picked with, what do y'all expect to eventually happen? I have a reading class together where they both get pulled out to this one class for reading.
Is it in the library or something?
Is it the library that y'all get pulled into, or is it just another classroom?
It's like a different classroom, but we got basically a different classroom.
Oh, okay.
You know what time it was at all?
Yesterday, from what he said and what they said, it was end of the day. Today, it was beginning of the day because they had to get pulled over to the class.
It'd be like in the morning time.
Okay. Black male, white male, light skin, dark skin, dark skin. Dark skinned or light skinned? You like your complexion? Dark skin. Heavy set, thin, Is he fat or is he skinny? I'm sorry to say it.
No, he's okay.
He's like your type.
He's like my type? Okay. Put fat on there.
That's fine. He plays
I'm
football.
joking. I'm
Oh, he
joking.
plays football. Okay. Okay. I
Okay,
get it.
medium build.
Yeah.
He plays for the Cardinals, I think, because he was wearing a Cardinals jersey.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put this information all in there. This is gonna be your report number. It says incident on it, but it's the report number.
Okay.
This is.
But I just wanted to start a paper trail. It seems like with them, that's what I'm gonna have to do. What I promise.
This is my name and badge number at the bottom.
Thank you.
The officer that's gonna be.
Cops. You related to the cops in Canton?
I am not.
Okay.
We come from Miami.
Gotcha.
I hear that a lot though.
It's a lot of them in Canton. As soon as I seen, I said, "Oh, okay."
No. So he's gonna reach out to me, and I'm gonna finish this report up with everything on. So allow about 72 hours
72.
because I can't fully complete it till he gets me the suspect information.
Okay.
So after that, you can go to akroncops.org, put in that report number right there, and it'll pop up on the whole report.
Okay.
But it's going to be 400 West Market, not your address. It's going to be the
Okay.
address because that's where it happened at.
It said 400 West Market.
Yeah, it's the address of I Promise.
Oh, well, okay.
That's just what
I didn't
it
even think
is.
about it like that.
So that's where the incident happened. So I changed it already on my system. I'm sorry this happens, but they're not going to give you any information. I'm just letting you know from experience. They won't give anybody information. They will try to mediate, but I've never really heard of somebody. If Firestone mediates, they used to try to get both parents on phones or bring them in and do it together.
When it came to Krause, and he was in second grade, he got jumped by 7 people. They called me immediately. They let me know what was going on. And the thing what I promise is now they're saying, oh, well, we can't give discipline information on other students. That school let me know, and their public school, just the same,
Right.
that everyone involved was being suspended. So it's like, I don't see how you can't say that. But if that's what you guys want to do, that's your prerogative. I just see that I'm going to need to cover our butts, because if he's constantly being bullied, then he's constantly going to do something about it. And it's like, what are y'all going to do about him being bullied, so to speak, or picked on?
This is anti-bully week, as a matter of fact, for APS.
That's my point.
Like
That was
said.
my whole point. Especially when I'm talking to the principal. I was like, isn't it anti-bully? She was like, well, I mean, it is that week, but I'm just saying. I said, oh, so you're looking at him as the bully. Is that what I'm hearing? And they're like, well, he was the aggressor today. How? Because he walked towards the door where he was supposed to be going out of, and the little boy wasn't faced forward and pushed him. He's going to retaliate. I mean, that's just, especially when you keep bothering.
So that happened a little bit when my daughters went to Woodridge. She got spit on, and they never told me about it. I found out about it 3 days later. I only found out because I was going through her book bag, and they're way older now. But she had a mediation sheet in there from, I'm like, what is this?
They didn't even send that home. I didn't know any type of mediation. Right. I heard it once he got home and seen his face, that he had marked a handprint on his face from this little boy. So it's like, what am I supposed to do when my son is coming home like this and y'all aren't saying anything? And then I call and no one knows anything. And then today, assistant principal still doesn't know anything, but then y'all are saying, oh, but today. Yeah, because of yesterday.
So they called you today, though?
He called me today not to tell me that it happened, but to tell me that he's suspending him because it happened. You didn't tell me what happened. You called me, you're like, hey, Miss Joyce, we're suspending Ivory for fighting. Yesterday? No, today. He fought today? Yeah. He came in and he pushed the little boy and then they got to fighting. Is it the same little boy from yesterday? Well, what happened yesterday? Okay, I'll be up to get him. And then when I got up there, he still had no clue about the day before, yesterday. And all he knew about was today. And then, like I said, the principal above him, she's like, well, I only know a little bit because the counselor told me in passing. That doesn't sound like a good chain of command communication.
No.
Especially, and I'm just finding out after he gets home.
If they sat down with counselors, that all should have been put together.
They didn't call me. They didn't call the other little boy's mother. I found out when I seen my child. And then today, the assistant principal only called me just to tell me that he was being suspended. Not what happened, just that he's being suspended.
So, what did you do today after he pushed you?
We started fighting and I got in trouble for it.
You got in trouble? What do you mean you started fighting? Did you punch him? Did you push him down? Did you
Tell
slam
him
him?
what you told me.
I had pushed him and then he was aiming for my, he had pushed me down to the ground and so I hit him right here.
You hit him in the stomach?
No,
In his nuts.
Oh.
Show him. Do to me what you say, because you got to show, because I feel like the way you're saying it is not what you told me.
So I was walking up, he pushed me, and I'm like, then I came up and pushed him. And then he started aiming for me.
I don't know what aiming for means.
Oh, he grabbed your shirt? Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm like, pushed him again. He grabbed his legs and did that, and I fell on the ground. Then that's when I aimed, right there.
So you hit him in his
Yeah, and then the teacher kept trying to separate me. Then Mrs. Accardi and the other ones had came. Then I got tailgated.
What's tailgated?
I'm like,
interrogated?
Oh, interrogated. Okay, I'm like, what's tailgated?
I knew what he was saying. I knew what he was saying.
You did. And then and then after that, I spent them for the rest of the day until my mom had picked me up and I got suspended.
Okay.
And I'm not fighting type. I'm like a kind person.
Okay.
And that's exactly what the principal said too. Like, I'm just so shocked that this is what he chose to do. Well, if he's being picked on, what do you expect somebody to do?
I'm a type of person who makes friends around. And
Are you able to? They won't give you the teacher's whose class they were going to give you her email address or anything.
They won't give me any information, unfortunately, as to where in the classroom that it took place in. Like when I asked, well, what teacher? Because when I contacted his teacher immediately. Because when he came home and he got to telling me, and I'm looking at him and seeing his face, because he had these four right here. And so I said, I called the teacher. The teacher said it didn't happen to his actual teacher. It didn't happen in my classroom, and I don't know anything about it. You'll have to contact the school. Okay, I called the school. Like I said, the principal, the assistant principal, they have different principals for, I guess, each grade. And the principal for 4th grade, Mrs. Zaccardi, he's like, oh, I have no information on that. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so then, like I said, then today, Mr. Zaccardi is the one who calls me today about it. And, oh, we're suspending Ivory. Well, for what? Fighting? Yesterday? No, it was today. Okay.
So if he got hit yesterday, you think they would have put the other child in out of school suspension, just
Or
like
put
he is
them
today.
both in out of school suspension.
Right, and
Or
then
in school suspension, whichever.
then he wouldn't have been around him today for this to happen again today.
That was my
So
whole point when I was
obviously,
talking to the
nothing happened
principal. Because she was like, well, we counseled them. Counseling them, or as y'all say, mediating them, didn't do anything.
There has to be a
Clearly.
consequence.
Exactly, and that's what I was trying to tell her. But she's like, well, that's what our counselors is. Our counselor is the enforcement. That's not enforcement, especially when they ride the bus home and he's still bothering them on the bus. So then you want something after mediation to go away, but then they still have the whole bus where he's bothering them, and then you expect it not to come back to school again the next day? How? When that's the only time they're seeing each other.
Right.
So it's like, I wasn't getting much from her. She wasn't trying to be helpful. She just wanted to leave it at, well, he's suspended. He was the aggressor. And it's like, okay, I got to go above you. So is there someone here that I can speak to? No, it's just me and the principals. Okay, so as I was walking out, I asked the security guard, I'm like, do you do anything other than security? No, I'm just here to secure the building. Okay, so what should I do about this situation? What do you think? And he said, I just called APS. Okay. So as I'm getting in the car, I called you guys and was like, I need to make a report.
What other school could he go to that's around here?
He went to Krause right here,
He
which
went to
I'm
Krause, but
currently...
He graduated from there, correct?
Well, he didn't graduate from there. He stopped going in 2nd grade, and then I promised asked for him to come for 3rd and beyond.
Right.
And so I was like, I asked him. He said he wanted to, so we took him out of Krause, and last year was his first year at I Promise for 3rd grade. And even teachers over there, like, they know me just because of him. They know his sister who now go there just because of him. They're like, hi, Ivory's mother. They don't call me Miss Joyce. They don't call my daughter by her name. She's Ivory's sister. Everybody know him for being sweet and loving and caring. And so it's like,
So
I
now
get
you
over
want to put him
here.
back.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'll let her know. I'm like, I'm going to try my hardest to get him back over here. Because this is ridiculous where he doesn't feel safe or protected, and he's having to protect himself, but then he's getting repercussions for protecting himself when that's what y'all are supposed to be doing.
Right.
So,
I mean, from what I've heard, I Promise is the curriculum is great and everything else like that, but you run into situations like this because
Yeah.
it's like we have school resource officers who sit in there all day, and that's what they do. They meet with the kids, and I think it's a great thing because it's like they know the kids, like they know who's in there, what their temperament is. I'm from the outside looking in,
Right.
and all I can go off of is how I see him right now. He appears to be a good young man,
yeah.
but I'm not there with him every day.
Right.
So maybe another SRO will be like, oh, that's Ivor. I already know him. Like, what happened today? But I'll do the best I can. I'll definitely write your report up. And that's why I said just give me a little bit of grace because soon I got to hear from this other officer
No
first.
problem.
And again, I'm here 11 to 9 tomorrow, so
Okay.
I'll definitely be in touch. And when I do, I'll give you a phone call and let you know what happened. And all the information which I can't give you will be in your report, though. You can access the report at akroncops.org. You'll see the whole report there, and you can go from there. And are you going to meet with the Board of Education tomorrow or next
That
week?
will be on Tuesday.
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 Okay, so
the
the
day that
report will
he's
be
allowed
in.
to go back, because then I can send him to school and then go up there and deal with everything.
So the report will be in by then,
Okay.
and I'm sure the school will probably be asking the other officer for the report number, and I'll give it to them too, and they'll know exactly what I wrote. All right.
Thank you.
You have any other questions?